So it's really important for us to be mindful of who we choose as mentors. It's a really, really personal choice that boils down to our needs and, most importantly, our goals. In this episode of Brandon Hustle Podcast, we're going to jump into my philosophy and my approach to choosing mentors. Let's get into it.
Welcome to the Brandon Hustle Podcast, the no fluff, no bull broadcast for busy entrepreneurs who need fast, effective business strategies. Get ready to build your business, your brand, and your bank account with Master Brand Coach Jay Stone.
Hey guys, this is Jay Stone. Welcome to another episode of the Brand and Hustle Podcast. So today I want to dig a little bit into mentorship. I want to dig into mentorship because we all look for them. We all need them, especially women-owned businesses, just because we simply have to navigate this world in a different way. So let's break this down. When we look for mentors, we often look for people who are where we're trying to be, because what we're looking for is a way for them to teach us how to get there. But what we miss sometimes is the path, the structure, the lifestyle that they have. That was one of the things that were factors in how they chose to navigate the approach. Okay, let me give it to you a different way. All right. So as women, oftentimes we look to male mentors. A lot of the people who are the top of our industry are men, right? They don't look like us. They're not the same color. They don't have the same social responsibilities. So as an African-American woman, I tend to not look to Asian or Caucasian or Hispanic men because, one, they don't have the same challenges with race that I have. Okay. Number two, men tend to not be the person that takes care of the sick family members, raises the children, offers the nurturing and support, stabilizes the family. And so when they don't have those responsibilities, they are more free to go and earn at will. They can give a different level of focus. They can give a different level of sacrifice when it comes to accomplishing their goals, and they tend to do it without worry or stress. For example, with men. Okay. They don't have to call in from work in most cases. If the kid is sick, if the man is the top earner, he doesn't worry about calling in. It's understood that the wife would call in, or that she's just going to stay home so he can, go off and make this money. And so if you've got a woman who is the top earner or a top breadwinner, right, she still has to take on that. And even if she has support like mom, husband, cousin who takes care of the kid, we still have an incredible amount of guilt for not staying home and not taking care of the children. Nobody knows your kid like you. Nobody can do the nurturing the same way that you do. Nobody's in tune the same way that you are. Maybe they don't know all of their allergies or all their little quirks. So we're totally responsible for that. We're totally responsible for that. In my case, it wasn't children, it was my dad, right? So I'm at the age now, I'm 48. So if you are a Gen Xer, it's time for you to start looking at taking care of your parents moving in with you, or you moving in with them to take care of them. That's something that often men don't have to consider. So when you choose a mentor, not only look at where they are, because that's where I want to be, also look at the structure of their life or their lifestyle to determine what they've had to navigate. Okay, so let's talk about how to choose a mentor. One, you do want to choose someone who might be in your same industry, right? You want to look at what they've accomplished. So one, we look at what they've accomplished in a specific industry, right? Sometimes we don't need one in their industry. We just need someone who's accomplished a certain level of accomplishment. It can be in a different industry. So one, we want to look at level of industry. Two, level of accomplishment. Okay. industry, level of accomplishment. Then you also want to look at those social factors: gender, race, age. Okay. Then finally look at social commitments. Okay. Do they have children? Did they take care of elderly parents? Maybe did they come from the South? Did they have to overcome a physical disability? Those kinds of things. So for me, I had to find multiple mentors. That's the other thing. You might want to look for mentors who can mentor you in different aspects. So I do have some male mentors who they're mentors only in terms of earning. But what I know is that any advice that I get from these male mentors, that I'm going to have to tweak that for the female lifestyle. Okay. And then there are some women mentors that I look at that were great, but I also look at they didn't have my physical limitations in terms of my knees being, problematic, or my size being a challenge. And so I had to look at what they told me and take it and adjust it to what I needed. So I think that we also have to be in a place where we know that whatever advice we get, you're going to have to take it, apply it, and then put your own spin on it to make it relevant and make it work for you. And I feel like in this podcast, I just want to make sure that we have permission to look at all the components of the mentoring, choose one or two or several, okay? And then make sure that we're doing an apples to apples comparison. And even when you've done all of that, you still need permission to tweak it to do what works best for you. That's it for me, guys. We'll catch you on the next episode of the podcast. Catch you on the flip side.
Don't worry, there are more episodes of Brand and Hustle on the way. But if you can't wait to learn more badass business strategies, head on over to jaistone.com. That's JAISTONE.com. We'll see you next time.